on hello, it's James Gunn in the dark on SMEs Online. There's our 5th webinar in our series. This one is about branding. I'd like to share a presentation with you, which I thought I'd got on. Here it is, that's the one. So branding it is. What's a brand? It's the collection of beliefs that customers have about your business, product or service, okay? The set of beliefs, they sometimes say. Key ingredients, a big idea. What's this company about? I think you'll remember Microsoft used to believe in a computer in every home. Of course, they didn't have to say with Windows on it. Then there's a company in Britain called The Body Shop, which was all about, well, pretty much every cause, really. Recycling, no animal testing, and a couple of others. But the idea was that the cosmetics needn't be industrial poisons and all the rest of it. So what are the values of your brand? And if you look at VW, for example, everybody knows that you get a smashing car, great engineering, very reliable. You know, what are the values that your company believes in? What's your vision? Tesla are saying they're moving from mine and burn to a solar sustainable economy. I think there's a couple more steps to go, but I think it's nice that they've decided to produce a fast car rather than a rather dreary, milk floaty sort of electric transport. Personality, how do you want to come across? You know, Volvo, safe, reliable, long-lasting, and comfortable. Never going to light any fires on a racetrack, though. That may be a good positioning to make a lot of money, and it may suit the kind of person you are. Why have a brand? It reinforces positioning and those benefits, the benefits that you get from positioning. It's easier to differentiate your product and service because it's associated with a graphic design, a logo, and a set of things which you constantly reinforcing and reiterating in a subtle way. It's easier to sell than tangible value. Okay, as I said, that symbol that you will represent your brand promise and all the stuff that the customer associates with it, especially if you can kind of articulate that and those messages in a subtle way. Quite often, okay, and if you've got a good brand, then your search engine rankings will benefit, and that makes it easier to get traffic. How to brand? You've got to answer these questions, and it's surprising how many people are a little bit hazy about some of the answers, and particularly about what do customers really think of your company. Okay, and we probably all know what we'd like them to think. So have a look at those questions for yourself, and then actually go and find out what the answers really are. And suddenly a lot of things become much clearer about your brand. Okay, once you've got those things, you then need to put them into a graphic design, into a brand promise and brand messages. Okay, those brand messages are trying to say the same few simple things in lots of different ways, and they're not necessarily verbal messages, they're actions and ways of doing business as well. So it is you've got to think quite hard about everything you do in doing this. You need a tagline, a statement capturing the essence of the brand. SMEs Online, for example, says we're bringing big business marketing techniques to small and medium enterprises. I think that's a few enough words for everyone to remember it. There'll be a test later. You need a company voice. You need to speak to people on your market as you would speak to your ideal customer. I think that's fairly straightforward. Imagine you're always speaking to your ideal customer. And maybe some of them will become customers anyway. Unfortunately, you have to live the brand promise all the time. That's hard work, and you just keep rinsing and repeating, as somebody says. And if I said consistently there, I might repeat myself consistently on that point. Online branding, very important to get your business listings right. Citations are what search engines are looking for, and that means your company name, your company address, and your company phone number. And they need to be the same on as many business listings as you can. And we can help you with that. We have a tool for that kind of thing, but it's a mighty big bore to fill them all in yourself. Good, distinctive, and consistent graphic design across all your websites and social media sites and Twitter accounts, and basically everything that's anything to do with you looks the same when a customer comes by. Okay. You need to link your website with the rest of your online presence. That means, yeah, we talked about the visual stuff already, but in most of the social media profiles, You can list a number of hyperlinks to your other web properties, if as they're known, other sites on the web and social media sites. And there's also some commenting services called Discuss and Gravatar, where you can also make sure that everybody knows that this is who it is. Link all these things together. Search engines love it, and customers feel they're not being given different messages from various places. Oh, there's that consistent word again. You got to do it regularly. You've got to post. It doesn't matter if it's daily or weekly or fortnightly or monthly. That's actually better if it's daily, but be consistent, and be consistent about what you promise and the messages and what you actually deliver. Unfortunately, things have a way of going wrong very quickly on the internet if you don't. Okay, our next webinar will be about marketing planning. You've got to think about the situation your company is in. You've got a few tools for that. And then it's about some internal stuff about how much money, people, and stuff, and what you want to get for it. Putting together a plan, which will be suggested by the situation analysis, hopefully. And then when you implement it, you need to measure what happens, how well it's working, and change it up or change it down or move it around, depending on what's working or not. So we'll talk a little bit about that in the next webinar. Thank you for listening, and I'll sign off with that. And thank you again for listening.